really annoying, isn't it?
What, getting old?
Yeah.
I know.
Awful.
Overrated.
We're Angela and Alan. We took time out to travel around the world with no plan and a small budget. We may be middle-aged, but that doesn't mean that we're past it. So join us as we enjoy life to the fullest. If we can, you can too.
How are we feeling?
Today?
This
week? This year? Today I have pain in the joints in my fingers.
I have pain in my shoulders, I have cramp running down the backs of my legs, pain in my hip, and I'm currently suffering about insomnia, so I'm getting about 3 hours sleep a night.
And this is a good day? Or an average day?
This is an average day, yeah.
Good morning. We're here in the forest.
I'm here too.
And Kaiser.
And Kaiser.
The dog. So how's it going? How's your body?
Well, I'm here doing my daily exercise. I've been told I have to do at least 30 seconds exercise a day, so this will be more than 30 seconds.
We're in the forest. It's about 12 degrees, which may become relevant a bit later on. And we're having a nice walk with our dog. How are your legs doing?
They're all right. They're all right on the flat. It's when I have to do stairs in particular.
Or hills.
Or big hills, steep hills, little gradual up and down. That's not too bad.
Can you see under from that hat?
I can just about see it under my hat. This is on medical advice, this hat.
Well, that hat, or just any hat?
A hat with a brim.
A hat with a brim?
Yeah.
Not somewhere to sit down. Look.
Excellent. Let's sit down there then.
Come here, dog. Kaiser. Kaiser. Here. No, when you get to my age, there's nothing quite like a nice sit down. Is there?
No, can't beat it.
And with a cup of tea maybe and a biscuit.
Oh,
but
that's
generally, our little walk has highlighted something that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
So might as well
come clean. For a long time we haven't said anything about it. We've maybe mentioned that I've not been very well because we didn't actually know what was going on. But recently we've kind of got a diagnosis.
You have, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying it with air quotes because they're very non-committal, aren't they?
Generally, yes. But you got to see a doctor, which is outrageous.
I know.
I haven't seen a doctor in years. I've tried.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't work for me. But go on, carry on.
Am I in shade? I'm in shade, I can take my hat off. The closest we've got to a diagnosis is a consultant actually saying to me, yes, you have all of the symptoms that correlate with fibromyalgia. So he won't actually specifically say, you've got fibromyalgia, but I've got fibromyalgia.
So what is it?
So fibromyalgia is, in very, very basic terms, it's your body overreacts to pain stimulus.
So things like walking you have trouble with, and you get very cold, very achy.
Freezing today. Brighton Marathon last week. Everybody was getting sunburn and I had a coat and a scarf on. Bouts of insomnia, I've got that at the moment. Aching all over. It feels like I've got the flu.
And you've been like this for how long?
I can remember 15, 20 years ago going to a concert where everybody was standing up, dancing, singing, clapping, cheering. I fell asleep. You know, episode of fatigue.
Who was it?
It was the Gypsy Kings. They were very good. They were very loud.
Please make comment below whether you think that's appropriate or not.
Also, though, in the last few weeks, been diagnosed with rosacea, which leaves us in a bit of a quandary.
Well, that's a new thing, isn't it?
That's a completely new
thing. Like reddening of the face.
It just gets very, very red in a very weird pattern on my face. Insert photo here. Very red, very sore. Feels like I've got sunburn all the time. So at the moment I have anti-reddening makeup on and I'm hiding it all. The hat is to stop the sun getting on my face and making it even redder and sorer because it can cause long-term problems. So I've got this, you know, fibromyalgia where it's aggravated by cold weather. So the best thing for me to do is be out in the warm, sunny weather.
It seems to be cold weather that's the worst.
But I've also got this rosacea where I can't go out in the sun. So
you can't go anywhere.
I can't do anything.
But it won't stop us, will it? Travelling. It just makes it a bit harder and you get quite tired and achy and it's not much fun for you. But it's one of those things that we travel anyway.
Yeah, We do.
Well, I'm saying this, but
2023, when we went around the world for 8 months, a year, whatever, however long you want to quantify it as, there were episodes throughout that year where, unbeknownst to us, I was having flares, fibromyalgia flares.
Japan, South Korea,
Australia,
like the cooler countries.
every
And
time
you were
we
fine
went,
in the heat, though, weren't you?
yeah, every time
Generally.
we went from a hot country to a cooler country, I ended up with flu symptoms or really achy or just really exhausted and in bed all the time, sleeping. You know, a few days later I was fine and
A few
raring to
weeks
go.
later. And you get just tired, don't you?
Yeah, awful fatigue, just
From
sit down and
working,
fall asleep.
generally working, and yeah, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it's fine, and sometimes you just get hit with it.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it, whether you're on holiday or whether you're working or...
Yeah, I mean, when we came back from the year of travel and went back to work full-time, my life became full-time work and then laying on the sofa in the evening and sleeping all weekend, didn't it?
Pretty much.
And that's when we really pushed for a diagnosis. Travel is my passion. Travel makes me really excited. And I was reading yesterday that when you get really excited, you get a burst of adrenaline, like fight or flight. And that's,
So that helps, does it?
It helps because it suppresses pain and it just gives you more energy to keep going.
So what actually works for you there? Resting, not doing too much,
Not doing too
something,
much.
doing some exercise a day? Does that help? Or because sometimes
If you don't keep moving, you do get into this rut and you do feel sorry for yourself. So, you know, getting out in fresh air, getting some exercise is good for me.
and it helps,
Long term, I'm going to say yes.
but not short term. There's no sort of relief.
Short term relief, no. If it's bad, it's bad, and there's nothing I can do.
Medication? Can they treat with medication, or is it just one of those general achy type things that you just have to put up with?
I've got tablets that I take to relieve nerve pain. I take those on a daily basis. But apart from that, it's just grit your teeth and get on with it.
But it comes and goes, isn't it? So
Yeah.
sometimes you can just work.
Yeah.
Other times you just can't do anything. So
Yeah. I had to cut down my hours at work so that I got sufficient rest to not just be asleep all the time. Could you take the camera, please? Because my arm's really hurting. Thank you. Go on. Whichever way you can.
I've got a hand over there.
There we go. Right, that's better. There's no real rhyme or reason. We just know that I'm better in the warmer weather. Better when I'm warm. I'm freezing at the moment.
Oh, we better keep moving then.
So we better keep moving.
Cheers. So how's it feeling? I have noticed that we're out of the wind and it is quite warm now because the dog's panting a little bit and I'm getting a bit hot.
Yeah, now that we're out of the wind, I'm starting to feel warmer. Hot drinks helped as well.
So less achy, less tired?
Hands are warm now.
Okay.
They're not cold anymore.
That's a major thing with you, isn't it? Cold hands.
Always. I've always had cold hands. But the joints feel like they're swollen, or the joints get really painful and stiff. And they were earlier today. They're fine now though, because they're warm now. So yeah, just generally warmer now.
Oh, it's a hill. How are we doing?
This is what I struggle with.
Hills.
It's like unlevel ground, so I have to step up and I really struggle because it hurts my hip. So the big frustration with this is one of my great hobbies before all this got really bad was hiking and going out in the countryside and, you know, really enjoying nature. And before COVID, I worked outdoors. I was a dog walker, so I walked miles every day. So I find this one of the most frustrating things about being unwell.
You're going to get to the top of the hill?
Huh?
Can you make it to the top?
Yes.
No rush.
Come on. So what's
Hello.
it like for you living with someone with a chronic illness?
What's the answer to that? Well, it's not ideal, obviously, in the nicest possible way.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't walk very far, like we used to, trekking. I'm a very outdoorsy person, still trying to run.
Yeah.
No, it's just a bit sad to see.
Ooh.
But as you get older, you have to accept what life throws at you, I suppose, and as long as you can still keep going to a sort of lesser degree.
I'm trying. I'm trying to
know.
keep going.
Me too.
Thank you. So people watching our videos may not have picked up on the fact that we've been dealing with this for a few years, mostly because I have good days and bad days. And also my symptoms change every day. So the pain that I had yesterday is not the same pain that I'm having today.
Yeah, so it keeps moving, and some days you're well enough to do things.
Yeah.
And other days you're not. So it can be hard to get the grips with. For me and other people looking at you, you think, well, why can't you do that today because you were fine yesterday?
Yeah.
So that's a challenge, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you have to counter all the time.
I think the biggest and best example of that is that some days I need a walking stick to walk. You know, rarely happens. But yeah, there are some days I need a walking stick. And people look at me and think, well, why do you need a walking stick? What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, so it's not, well, it is permanent, but it's not permanent.
It's not
symptoms.
constant.
It keeps changing. So,
Yeah.
and certainly we think the warmer weather helps.
Thank goodness spring's here.
Finally.
Yeah.
Ooh. So what have you got?
I've got cramp.
Cramp.
All down my leg, all up the inside of my leg. This is the sort of thing that happens. So, mister.
Hello.
Hello. Have we ever spoken about the fact that you had a hip replacement?
I don't know, have we?
I don't think we have. So, how long ago was that?
2019, so 6 years ago.
And did it solve all your problems?
No.
You're still in pain,
It
aren't
solved, well, it solved the hip. Obviously, there's things attached to the hip, tendons, muscles, ligaments, and I've got different issues now. So it helped in a few ways, but in other ways I've got new issues. So yeah, I also suffer from
ongoing problems.
Ongoing issues and being old and not being able to do what I used to be able to do. Found some chocolate in the car.
I've still got my Mars bar.
Oh, you haven't eaten it?
No, not yet.
Excuse me?
I did it.
But you managed that.
I managed that.
Well done.
And my makeup has not budged, which I'm really pleased about.
That is the main thing.
I would be scarlet without it.
You did quite well there.
Yeah.
Oh, very well. There's lots of hills.
Yeah.
That's quite a long walk. How long was that? Half an hour? Or
more than that. And I don't know what distance, but I will put it on screen.
Some days you can't even make it out of the house.
Sometimes, yeah.
Without a walking stick. And other days, when it's a little bit warmer, maybe, because we think that's your...
We think that's my trigger. Yeah.
So you did rather well.
Thank you. So, if you've made it this far,
well done.
Well done. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us.
It certainly does.
You only click a button, but it makes a big difference to us because it shows our videos to other people that like the similar kind of thing. If you think I did well, please hit like, hit subscribe. Right, take me home.
Okay. See you later.
See you later.
I'm sore now. This is the aftermath.
After all that walking about.
Yeah, this is why I need days to rest and just chill and chocolate.